All right, 30. I'm with the nerd's fucking cat. I'm getting ready to go text. I'm getting ready to go feed. I just took the dog out. I'm a little bit behind because I worked last night and all that shit. But I still force myself to get up in the morning. I'm usually up at 4:30, but I woke up today. I heard her leaving for work. I woke up today at 5 and laid in bed till 6. Got up, took a shower, all that boring shit that nobody really wants to hear about. So I got my water, my shit, my kratom. I don't want to wear sunglasses. But this is part of my routine. I don't really know how I developed this routine. You know, when I used to use a lot, I could get up, feed my 2 cats in New York, and go back to bed, or fucking lay in bed all day, you know, when I wasn't working, and, you know, watch Netflix or YouTube or whatever, you know, and I wasted so much time being fucking unhealthy and being fat and not being motivated, and my testosterone was in the fucking dirt. I didn't have any real you know, energy or anything. So I don't know. I just got here and a couple cats that I still got a pretty large contingency of cats that I still feed, but it was just easy to you know, in New York it's hard to get up in the wintertime. It's hard to get up when you're detoxing off of pain pills, and you know, it's miserable, you know. It's fucking it's miserable. I'm giving you some water. It's one thing sometimes I forget their water. What? Hello. I don't know, I just kind of, you know, I found it easier and easier. So please don't. I found it easier and easier to get up in the morning when I was getting sober, and I just said, oh yeah, so I gotta take advantage of this shit. And it just kind of fell into place. Good morning. Just kind of fell into place, and then when I don't know, you know, I had been 2017. I started getting back into the 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I can't believe it's been like 6 years, but it just was something that this routine, I just kind of formed something that you know, I think we all, I mean, I don't think, I know we all need a reason, you know, to get out of bed in the morning, and sometimes just working isn't enough of a reason. You don't feel inspired to get out of bed in the morning. You know, sometimes you don't feel like getting out of bed to go ride your bike. Sometimes you don't feel like, you know, whatever, but the cats, it's always a thing where, you know, it's like I needed something. I needed to be able to have somebody, you know, count on me for something, you know, and it needed to be like something that would make you, you know, feel rewarded, you know, kind of like working out does, but it's just, I don't know, I just tell people design something that, you know, and stick with it. And, you know, the good thing about The good thing about, a routine is you can make something that's enjoyable, and you can make some shit that's not enjoyable. Like last summer, every morning I got up before the sun. Pretty much every morning I got up before the sun was up at 5 o'clock, or I was outside at 5 o'clock riding my bike before work. And I'll probably get back to that in June, but no, I just started doing this, and it was something that it just worked. So that's what I tell people: find something, and find something that's rewarding and challenging, and something that will keep you it's got some meaning to it. And I just know, like, I have to, rain, hurricanes, thunderstorms, all of that shit, no matter what, I've got to get up and do this. I'm running about 20 minutes behind my regular schedule. There's Mama. Hey, baby. There's the Mama. All right. And then we're going to head up here in a second. Fucking sunscreen in my eyes. Man, I've been so sick with fucking allergies. I didn't even know I had allergies. I've probably had them for the last 2 or 3 years, but man, they're fucking kicking my ass. They are kicking my ass. My face, I feel like I got hit in the fucking face with a softball. My ears, anytime I bend over, my nose starts leaking. And here we go, right here. Let's see here. Try this. Get in a better position. Here's some of our newer cats right here. Look at them. Look at these little nerds. One. Now this might be my kitten from the house fire. That could be my kitten very easily. I'm not saying it is, but it looks like the kitten that I rescued. It looks like it. We'll see. Whew, fucking sweat. It's that time of year here in the fucking Sunshine State. Well, you guys must be related, huh? Fucking twins. The garbage man gave me $10 a few days ago. You'd be surprised. People come into the grocery store I work at. People come into the grocery store that I work at, and you'd be surprised at how many people see you walking your dog. Oh, nerds. I've had people go, yeah, I see you got a big you're the guy with that big dog. I'm like, yeah, and they're like, I see you walking on the street over there. I'm like, yeah, that's me. And when I first started doing this, look at how many cats there are here. My fucking nose is leaking. Hey guys. I love the tiger cats. I remember if I could pick a favorite cat, I would say the tiger is my go-to animal. Here's the garbage guy down here. Somebody asked me, that's his truck down there. Somebody asked me, do you ever feel like in the morning, like you want to skip feeding the cats and you want to like take a day off it? All the fucking time. All the time. All the time. I'm too tired, I'm too sore, I'm too whatever the fuck. And you look pregnant. Yeah, you're as big as a fucking house. Hello, squeaky baby. Come here. What, little lover? Oh, you're so cute. This is like a tiger calico hybrid. There's my princess. This is like a little dwarf cat. She's about 5 years old. 4 years old, 2019, 20, yeah, something like that. Man, the time has just fucking flown by here. You hungry? I got something for you. Little dork. And I'll tell you, with our Cash App, Cats App, whatever the fuck it is, for feeding the cats, it's been such a blessing having people that you've never met, send you stuff, and it's just helped so much, because shit is just, and I know people are, going through it, and I know people that don't have money that send what they can, and it's like the fucking, the rent went up to $1,000, and it's hard to pay $1,000 for something that you don't own. I mean, I love living here and stuff like that, but you got to come up with that, and I couldn't even afford a car or car insurance. I don't know how people do it, to be honest with you. But this is something that God has always provided a way. I can't tell you how many times I've looked at the cat food, and it's literally like I just spilled water all over my shoe, idiot. It's down near the bottom, okay? Like, we've got to come up with an order, so they can come deliver the food or whatever. And it's usually $80 or $100 every 2 weeks or so. It's gone up. And garbage guy gives you $10. Neighbor stops by with a bag of cat food. And it's always like when you start hesitating, going, man, we're gonna be short on this bill or that bill. And every time, God's told me to feed these cats, it's always worked, So I just continue to, do what he tells me to do. I try to stay out of trouble. Been working 2 to 10 at work. It's the garbage, dude. I've been working, for the garbage guy to stop and give you $10. That's a fucking pretty big deal. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a nice gesture. It's not, and I want people to know, like, it's not expected, or it's not expected, or like, I don't feel like it's something that we make people feel obligated to, because I certainly don't want to do that. And I just don't want to, we've been toying with the idea, not a Patreon, but other things to raise money for the cats. And I just said, a friend of mine, Dave in Wisconsin, just said, bro, you should. And I said, yeah, I don't want to do that because then people accuse you. But, I'm willing to show people, whether on their phone or messages or whatever, like where their money where their money went, you know. And I feel like it's good to be transparent like that, you know. I'm not gonna buy ice cream. Hello, lover. This is the last round. When I go home, and already took the dog out. It's part of the routine. We'll go home and cook some fucking eggs. So yeah, my whole schedule is built around the morning, you know. Look at all these nerds. What? Big. How could you not? You know what I mean? My whole schedule is built around this. So working second shift, you know, I don't know if they thought I was going to do it full time. I told them I would. I told them that I would, you know, attempt it, or so, but they got me working 5 days next week, covering for somebody's vacation, which I don't mind at all, you know. I don't mind, you know, but it's just not. I didn't know how tired I'd be, and I'll be honest with you. Hello, lover. You are nice. I don't even think that's the cat I pick up and kiss. This one is. Let me see. Hello. Yeah, that's I believe. Yeah, that cat's a little too thin. That's funny. Hello. So, yeah, I'm just kind of, man, I'm just not, I'm definitely like, I don't know, I kind of thought I would, I don't know, man, I just thought I'd be able to handle, this shift, and by the time listen, at 7 o'clock at work, you know, in my civilian life, I'm usually getting ready for bed. And it's like, my manager was like, assistant manager, who I've got a pretty good relationship with, like, she's like, we need to do this, and this, and then we need to do this. And I was like, well, you know, I'm able to do it, but I'm not going to be able to do it in the next, you know, like I spent so much time fixing people's bullshit, and it's like, there's just no leadership. I was talking about that earlier, like, you know, people just, you know, at any job, most people will do their job, not most, but more than half will do their job to the best of their ability, and they care about their team. But we got people that you can hide some of these mistakes, but they come to light, you know, a week from now or 2 days, and then you don't know who did it, but it's a reoccurring thing. So you know, I spend time fixing shit, and I have enough shit already to do. And then it's like they're asking you, what did you do? And I'm like, well, look at the fucking tape. I didn't take my lunch until 9 o'clock at night. I didn't even take a lunch the last 4 days I worked. You know, I took one last night. But I don't know. It's just too much stress. I don't want to be in charge of a safe. I don't want to be in charge of money. I don't want to be in charge of people. I don't want to work these hours. I don't want to fucking get home at a quarter to 11 or 11 and take a shower and fall asleep at 1 o'clock in the morning. I just don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not how my it's just not how my life's set up. So I told, I don't know if she was, I don't know if she was under, I don't know if she was under the, I don't know if she was under the impression that I was going to switch over to second shift completely, but that has never been something, that came out of my mouth. I can tell you that. I've never once said, oh yeah, I never once said, yeah, I'll do second shift from now on. I haven't been to the gym. Today's my day off. I gotta go to my kratom, dude. I gotta do this pest control. I got a Zoom appointment with my testosterone doctor that I gotta be on. And then I'm not off 2 days like in a row. So I'm just not, I don't know. I'm just not a second shift type person. You know what I mean? It's not my thing at all. It's not my life. I thought maybe, I don't, and, I'm pretty flexible. I don't mind working second shift, 1 or 2 days a week, but, like I was telling her last night, I could get a job next door at the hardware store and make more fucking money. I know the manager, and I've been knowing him for a minute. I don't want to leave my job, but I'm just not gonna I'm not gonna change my. I mean, it'd be different if I was like working for the sheriff's department, making $75,000 a year. I'd find a way to make it happen. You know what I mean? So that's not the case. It's just not enough time to do. What's up, princess? How are you? Come here, sweetie. Get over here. Oh, I'm not chasing you. I can't even bend over. I'm so sore. I'm focusing on, I want to be, present, for my, especially my dog. I'm sick of giving him like the leftover exhaustion strains of energy that I have. And, I've been making a note to spend more time with him, sitting on the couch with him. If I'm off today, I'd like to take him out 3 times, at least, an hour and a half today of him getting off the couch. And I just feel like, don't get me wrong, he just wants you home with him. But I don't know. I don't know. When you own a dog, they're so much different than cats. They need companionship, and you can't be one of these people that thinks owning a dog is leaving them in your house all day and taking them out to piss and then bringing them right back inside. It's just not the way they're made, and I just want to do better in that regard. And I also don't want to, there's so many times I catch myself, just going through the motions, picking up my cat for 20 seconds and petting them and, not spending time with them and just feeding them and and running myself raw and ragged. And it's just not the way that I want to go through life. It's like I see so many people go through life that they have 4 kids and their fucking mortgages $1,400 and their cars $600 and their both parents work and they barely have time to even look at their kids' internet search history. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that type of pet owner, because it's just not what I want in my life. You know, I like to work. Hold on, Tommy. I like, I like to work, but I don't want, work isn't my life, and, we all need to, I'm grateful to pay my bills and be able to buy, the shit we need around here. But, I don't want to be one of them people that, cheats their animals, or cheats their friends or their whatever, I also want to have my own, it's also very important to have your own shit, right? How are you today? Huh? Big baby? You feeling it? You want some eggs? Yes? Give me a paw. Thank you. Give me the paw. Okay. He's been through a lot, and I don't want to, I don't feel like I've neglected him or anything, but I just feel like, there's things that, I could do better. And one of them is I could be more, just more present with my animals. And, I've even cut down my gym time to 3 days a week and all that stuff. And I feel like, that's all I really... Look at this, I just found a lizard in my house. You want to see my dog eat a lizard? No, you're not eating them. Hold on, buddy. Let me see where can I throw you that you'll get away? Go. Yep, there's a predator. Yeah, that lizard's been in my house for 3 days. He's been in my bedroom. The fucking lizard was in the litter box. I was scooping up litter and I was like, man, this piece of fucking whatever it is moving, But yeah, I want to be more, I'm not feeling the fucking, I'm just not feeling the 2 to 10 shit at all. It's not my thing. I'm not a 2 to 10 person. I'm actually kind of pissed about the conversation I had yesterday with one of my supervisors who's like acting like I'm trying to be an asshole on purpose. I'm like, sweetheart, it's 8:30 at night, and you want me to run the floor machine and everything else, and I have no problem doing it. But, in my last 4 years of my life, I've been laying down at 8 o'clock at night. I'm not ready to, I'm doing the best I can, and the best that I do is a lot better than other people's nonsense. I'm doing way better. I'm doing way more work than the average person is there. I got a girl that, she goes outside. She went outside 5 times to smoke a cigarette. The second the supervisor left, from 2 to 3 o'clock, she took 5 cigarette breaks. Now, I'm not saying that she smoked 5 cigarettes, but what I'm saying is, at the end of the night, when I'm ready to go home, she wants to refill the milk aisle and refill the this. And I'm like, yo, that's all shit that we have two people here. We have two, me and you I'm an extra hand for you, and we have a cashier. This isn't stuff that we need to be doing at this hour, like it doesn't make any, so I'm paying time wise for your fucking lunch, for your, for all your little fucking cigarette breaks, And if I gotta explain that to a grown ass 50-year-old person, chances are they've been doing this their whole fucking life, and no one at work has like, said anything, or like the boss, no one is like, so I just said, so I'm not trying to dry snitch on this person, but listen, I'm not trying to be here all night and do this like this, I'm just not. And I don't have to work with her much, but it's like nobody, and I've said this before, just because somebody's the boss doesn't make them a leader. A leader is gonna kind of say to them, and I was saying this to this girl last night, and she was telling me, she was kind of giving me a fucking attitude, and I said, not for nothing, but I'm doing the best I can. This isn't my regular shift, and the way she was acting was like, the way she was acting, I was like, if this isn't good enough for you, then go fuck yourself. I don't know what else to tell you, and I do, if my best isn't good enough here with these fucking with these people, then you're just, and that's the one thing I hate about working with women is, not all women, but there's these women out there that feel like it's okay to talk to people, and be all like emotional and cranky. At work, when I gotta tell somebody something, I'm not saying I got like a perfect pitch or perfect delivery, but I'm trying to tell them, and I'm also trying to tell them shit that they do right too, and positive stuff. Like if you're upset with my speed and my whatever, I apologize. You know what I mean? I'm doing the best I can. It's 8:00 at night. I don't really have the energy to be like boom, 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 boom. I do all the heavier stuff, and they want to save like heavy stuff for later. And I'm like, let's just get that out of the way now. I'm the one that's lifting, and restacking water. And don't get me wrong, my last job, we were lifting dryers and old car parts and stuff. But it's just like everybody has this, and I'm not always the best at delivery. But I recognize when I'm being an asshole. And I said to the girl, I didn't even raise my voice or anything. And I just said to her, I said, listen, I understand your frustration. I'm not doing this to be lazy or anything, but it's fucking 8:00 at night. I just spent the last 6 hours on my feet doing everything that I had to do, and I'm starting to slow down because I am a first shift person. You know what I mean? This isn't my regular shift. I never said that I was coming over to this shift full time or whatever. And your tone of voice is like, you're being a little bit more than condescending the way you're talking to me. And I'm just saying, like, this isn't productive. And she completely acted like, oh, I'm not yelling at you. And I said, well, you're not yelling, but your tone of voice is, if I talk to you like that, you would be on the phone to fucking HR, And that's the one thing I hate about, working with women is all women fucking hate each other when they work together. It's like working with a bunch of cats. They're always, and I'm not a fucking, I'm not a person at work that I don't want to know what's going on in people's personal lives. unless they're struggling with something and they tell me. I don't bring, you'd never know what's going on in my life at work. You know what I mean? You'd never know what's going on with my life when I'm at work, because I just don't bring that type of shit to work. I just don't, and when people act like it's okay to do that, I don't know. She's like, well, we're not going to have this conversation. We'll have this conversation with a supervisor. I was like, not for nothing, but this isn't like, I'm not working at a prison. You know what I mean? We're not working in fucking the Department of Corrections. We're working at a supermarket. You're talking about using a floor machine. We'll get it done, but I don't know. It's just so frustrating. Like, people act like this job is so hard, and it's like, it's not hard. It's just, you guys don't, when you don't discipline the people that are supposed to be disciplined because they're not doing their fucking work, you're making more work for me and other people, and you're enabling them. I'm not saying you got to fire them. I'm not a supervisor. They want to make me a supervisor, and I'm just like, let me try it out for a second. And, but I've never said like I was going to go and become, the evening store, manager on duty. I said, I'll try it out and see if I like it and if I can do it. And I'll still do it 2 days a week, but I can't do it 40 hours a week and come home, go to the gym, clean my house, get up, do what my regular life is, and then come back to work by fucking, 2 o'clock. I like to keep my, I like to keep my shit in order. And I like to, not that, and I got a routine, and it's like they're showing me shit on the computer, and then they're like kind of showing me shit. Like, the training hasn't been, that great. The girl the night before was acting like a total fucking C word about everything. Like, I was trying, this is just corny shit that I don't even want to talk about. But it's like, I work in the back, and I work in produce, and I work in the dairy, and I work all over the fucking place. I'm telling you what needs to be done because I want to help you, and I'm going to handle it. I'm just conveying to you where I'm going to be for 20 to 40 minutes. The water needs to be loaded because the women don't want to load water at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock, or load it at all if there's a guy here that can load it. And I don't blame them. You know what I mean? So you're saying the water don't need to be loaded. And I'm like, it's pretty much on the sheet, water, milk. Just, it's a fucking supermarket, it's a fucking supermarket. What would you do if you were working for the fucking highway patrol right now? Like, you can't handle work doing this fucking type of, like, you can't handle, and to be fair, fucking, some people can't, some people can't. It's too much for them. And that's why they act. That's why they continue to, act the way they're acting. And I'm just like, it's just so unprofessional. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, I've ignored it long enough. I've ignored it long enough. I'm just at the point where it's like, listen, I took this job, and I'm grateful for it, but working at a fucking supermarket, not that it's beneath me, because I feel like everything's, everything's a learning experience, and it looks good on your resume or whatever, but I'm not going to fucking kill myself for this company. So many of these companies, back when I was a kid, maybe I'm ancient, but, they used to give you sick days. They used to give you sick time. They used to give you this. They used to give you that. And,
it's like they don't even want to fucking do that shit anymore. And it's like, yo, you want me to devote my life to, you know, and then you want to throw out, and then, I got a problem with, like, we're sitting here. We're not fucking struggling, but we're living paycheck to paycheck like a lot of Americans. And then you're gonna throw out like fucking $300 worth of fucking food in front of me when I'm paying 190. We're paying $200 a month just to fucking feed these cats, and you're telling me that that's stealing if I take it out of the fucking before you throw it in the garbage and you get your tax credit for it. You're telling me that that's stealing? Well, what's stealing to me is you had these animals in a fucking cage their entire life. You fucking kicked them, choked them, beat the fuck out of them, stepped on them, and put them in a little pen. And then after they sacrifice their life, you show them your appreciation by throwing them in a fucking dumpster. And I was like, man, that's such a metaphor for how the fuck most people live their lives. They live in constant fucking agony or misery or whatever, and it's all self-designed. It's all people just get comfortable in their misery, and they're with the same fucking person for 20 fucking years because they got a house together, or that person pays their, whatever, and I understand people got kids and shit, but man, go fucking, nothing's gonna happen in your life unless you get brave and fucking take a chance, Like maybe you're not supposed to be married to fucking Johnny anymore, or you're, it's like, just go live your life. Maybe you won't be able to fucking have a boat. You know what I mean? Maybe you won't have a boat, but at least you'll have your freedom, Have your fucking freedom, I'm the type of person where I'm not the type of person where I'll work a job that I don't like for just any amount of money. It's just not my style. I'm not working like that. I don't live like that. I'm not working like that. I got a lot of shit that needs to be done here around the, just like anybody. And I want to like what I do, and I don't know, and it's not just, listen, it's not just here that these problems exist. It's fucking everywhere now, man. People are just so fucking lazy, and people are so half-assed with everything. They come to work. I mean, the shit I put up with, I got the guy behind me, my supervisor at my last job, I got the guy behind me a fucking place to live. In one day, he was looking for an apartment. All the apartments were like close to $2,000. I got him a place to live just like mine, and he shows his appreciation by cutting my hours, putting me on a different shift, fucking me around financially, and then, rewarding his, his friends. And I just told him, listen, I'll just leave. I don't need to fucking, I don't need the money like that, Yeah, the money's good and this, that, and the other thing, but I also, you gotta fucking look in the mirror sometimes and go, do I feel like, this is acceptable? You got dudes coming to work. You got dudes coming to work with their fucking pants sagging, their uniforms, their uniform is dirty, and they haven't shaved, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, you're not rewarding. You're not rewarding the people that look like they want to be here. That's the one thing that, if a company don't appreciate you, if somebody don't appreciate you in your life or whatever, life's too short to be putting up with this garbage. You know, that's how I look at it. Life's too short to you know, whatever. But you know, I like my life. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy my life. I like the life that I've built, you know, and I built it from scratch, and I built this shit in a way that I would want to continuously, you know, live like this. You know what I mean? Like that's why my life is like this, you know, in some aspects. So I don't know. That's something that I think people struggle with is just stepping out over the ledge because they're so, you know, because of responsibilities and, you know, and I understand it, but, you know, money is not the most important thing in the world. I'll tell you that right now. And it doesn't buy you happiness. Because anytime I've had money, I've been fucking miserable. You know? You gotta be happy. You're not gonna find happiness in people. You're not gonna find happiness in yoga. You're not gonna find happiness in a new car or a guitar or a girlfriend or an extramarital affair or whatever people do because they think they're missing out on something. You're missing out on just basic human shit. Turn this coffee pot off. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I gotta clean all this stuff up because of you. You hear me, Bambi nose? Here comes the ball. Okay. It's the sucker. So anyways, that's what I haven't been on here in a while. I've been sick. I've had allergies. I've been working a different shift that I hate, and you know, just trying to spend more time. I'm not going to spend the summer killing myself at the gym because I have a tendency to over exercise, like too much, and I want to spend more time with my animals, and I like spending time. I'll be honest with you, I like spending time at home. You know, I like spending time at home. I like being at my house. That's why I came up with this routine. So come up with a routine that, you know, look at your life and go, what do I need to change? What do I need to do? What, you know, there's so many things that you need to focus on, but you try focusing on all of them at once. It just doesn't work. So take something, write it. I always say, write a list, you know, write it down, prioritize, you know, and I always look at, you know, when I'm reacting to stuff or having a conflict, you know, hindsight is 2020. I'm always looking at ways of going, fuck, I did that again, or fuck, I should have did this, or I should have did this, or I shouldn't have talked while I was angry. I shouldn't have made a decision when I was emotional. I shouldn't have, you know, blah, 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 blah. And them are things that I'm working on, you know, and just, you know, being grateful for, you know, I'm grateful for the life that I have. I'm grateful for my sobriety. I'm grateful for the opportunities. I'm grateful to have my animals after having the life that I've had before all of this stuff, you know, came into this life that I have now. Would have been the first, would not even been achievable unless I did the fundamental thing that, you know, I tell people about, like self-help, you know, groups. There's a lot of good motivational speakers out there that I will listen to, but the one thing that's missing from all of their speeches is doing all things through Christ, or being dependent on God, or having faith that God's going to provide the cat food for this month, or we're going to be short on the gym membership, what we'll get it, you know, or whatever. Just completely giving everything, you know, like that to him, and not just giving it to him, but like like believing it, like really, like when it comes to God, just completely throw yourself off a cliff and believe in God for all things. And he will, I was 310 pounds. I barely could walk literally a block without having to sit down. You know what I mean? I would never be able to walk this dog if God didn't give me and it wasn't like absolute strength where you just were like, but it was enough strength to get through that hour. It was enough strength to get through that walk. It was enough strength to do what needed to be done. And if you capitalize on seeking the kingdom of God first, and that's what I was telling her. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about our situation. Worry about your relationship with God, and I'll worry about mine. And if whatever is whatever, then everything will whatever. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't, be happy that with the things that you have. Be happy that you have a roof over your head. Be happy. There's nothing worse than being in jail and not being able to make coffee, okay? Nothing worse than being in jail and not being able to get an aspirin for fucking 14 hours. By the time they bring me an aspirin, I'm going, I don't even remember what I needed this for, just the freedom that you have. It's hard for people that haven't been, and I haven't done any like huge stretches of time in Attica or anything like that, but working in a prison, being homeless, numerous times, living in the houses and shit that I put up with, and being in jail and getting sober. If I didn't have experience that I can tell you very few people have lived through, I probably wouldn't. I really was under the delusion here in America. Number one, I was homeless in America. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but it's still, you're not living in Brazil where, you got to worry about them killing you. You know what I mean? So, it shaped my attitude. And sometimes it's hard for other people to be able, because I used to be under the delusion that, well, here in America, you'll always have hot water and heat and electricity and food. And that's really not true. You have to go out and you have to get it. You have to go out and get it. And yeah, maybe it seems kind of mundane and you need some fucking excitement in your life. Go do something. If it's going to be exciting, go do something where you're going out and doing shit for animals or other people, or pray about something, a hobby, or do something that fulfills you, but not just that's the thing about self-help groups, is it's all about yourself, and being about yourself at the end of the day, it can be very selfish, and there's no Jesus, and there's no salvation, and there's no prayer, and there's no forgiveness, and there's no faith in me saying that I did this, I'm a strong person. And yeah, some of that is true. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm mentally and more stronger than most people, but I wasn't strong enough to do what I've done without God at all. I'm just telling you, because I did not have the power to do it. I did not have the power to stop pain pills. Pain pills were such a fucking huge part of my life that they were never not going to be. And to wake up in the morning and not use pain pills and not be counting Percocets and getting in my car or on the bus to go buy them and being dope sick and everything else, if you have the wherewithal and you have the faith and you're open, because I have so many people say, pray for me. And I'm like, well, how often do you pray? And they're like, oh, I don't really pray. Other people pray for me. Well, do you think that maybe that's the problem? You don't even believe enough in the source of what you're asking for, that you don't even pray or have any dialogue, with him yourself. So I don't know. In closing, I just wanted to get on here and touch base with you. So guys, I didn't see any comments or anything like that. I'm going to eat these eggs, clean up this fucking dump, and figure it out. All right. I appreciate you.